has been almost 2 years since major football tournaments have taken place. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected everyone around the world. Our lives have been put on hold as the challenges we faced were unprecedented. Countless lives have been lost. Many loved ones separated across the globe. The time has come for us to rise again. Through it all, we will emerge stronger together. This year's Suzuki Cup goes beyond the football world. All captains and players of the national teams will play their hearts out for all families, friends, and loved ones lost. For the frontline workers who've held the fort and allowed us to be here today, we play for you. The return of this tournament signifies our strength, love, and passion as a community as we emerge stronger together.
Back with Thailand, they've regained possession quickly. Tirasin. Pity Watts. Haven't seen much yet from Narubadin on that right-hand side, who's been one of their top performers in this tournament. Kritsada out to Tirasin. I'm not sure how you describe that one, Russian.
Yeah, it's going to be down to Narubadin to control things down that right-hand side. Pretty much all on his own. His responsibility is to be that right back and the right winger at the same time. In the possession phase, he's got to get himself advanced, hugging the touchline. Because they don't have a natural right winger. And this is in the system that they play. They don't have a natural left winger as well. So Tiraton on the left-hand side, Narubadin on the right-hand side. But Tiraton's role is quite different to Narubadin's. Just see Sarai is taking out Tuan An. Quite a physical contest, especially in these midfield positions. Few strong challenges coming in early on.
Narubadin 3 assists already in this tournament. 4 of the 10 goals have come from their fullbacks. From those areas anyway, in terms of leading up to goals, assists. They've been very good with the width. A free kick here.
He's looking to protect the ball, looking to shield it. And nobody feels a bit of contact from Narubadin behind him. He feels that contact goes down. The referee's going to give a free kick in those situations. He's perhaps got sucked into it a little bit, Narubadin.
There he is, Narubadin. The only goal that Thailand have conceded thus far is against the Philippines. It was off a defensive error by Manuel Beer. Referee telling everyone to cut it out inside the box. Here's Konfong. Gone short, flung high into that sea of blue in front of him. Still alive here for Vietnam. Haven't really seen them get this far forward yet in the match. And Tirasin does his defensive duties. Now on the break here, look at that from Chanatik. Oh, it had to be a better ball. Bit of unlucky there for Vietnam. And that will make its way in. Yes, it does. A comedy of errors, really. both ends, but all that matters is that Thailand have opened the scoring here.
Well, I don't know how Vietnam have left themselves exposed like that on the counter. I spoke about Thailand making sure they were protecting themselves on the counter attack. Vietnam seem to have just forgotten about Thailand's possible threat on the counter attacks of their own. I mean, he's just fallen over the ball there, Hong Zui. And then the goalkeeper is unfortunate. Win Man, he comes out quickly and it just rebounds off Chanatip, ends up in the back of the net. I mean, as you said, it's a comedy of errors there defensively has resulted in the opener for Thailand. And for all the quality that we spoke about from these two sides coming into this, we spoke about the quality as individuals, the quality as a team, and then you go on and get a goal like that.
Absolutely, you're the best defensive side. You haven't conceded, and the first time you do so is a little bit of a farcical one, but they don't care, and neither does he. The Thai skipper has given his country the lead here. What a fantastic counter-attack, but that pass from Tanawat as well. Had that goal not gone in, how angry would his teammates have been with him?
I think Kumano would have been jumping around on the touchline. He was jumping around celebrating, but you know, I thought that was a simple clearance for Hong Zui, the number 7. To be fair, I mean, he was left all on his own to manage that counter-attacking situation.
But it was right at him as well.
It was right at him. Thailand, to their credit, how quickly they got themselves forward into advanced positions. This is not good, no. To see Super Chop having to leave the pitch after that heavy knock to his knee, had such a bright start as well.
Roshan, we were watching off the ball, weren't we? The way he accelerated Chanatip.
Yeah, that's right.
Just racing down, and there was absolutely no one there in front of him.
I mean, the pass from Tanawat was, I was thinking, oh, such a waste, because there was a huge opportunity. It was a 3-1. And then, of course, Hong Zui goes on to miss.
Wow.
And then I think the goalkeeper's going to get it. Win Man. It's unfortunate for him. It just rebounds off Chanatip and ends up in goal.
Well, that will be looked at again and again, I'm sure, for all the various stages that led to that goal. What counts most, of course, and there looked to be a foul by Tiraton. Oh, and that... they're asking for the card, aren't they? Antoine was furious.
Yeah, I think they're well within their rights to ask for the card here, you know. He's done really well. Vantuan, Tiraton's trying 1, 2, 3 times to take him down. Vantuan tries to get up and keep going, and he actually does. Take your pick there, referee.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I'm surprised he's not been booked.
Well, we looked about 3 fouls from Tiraton. Quang Hai floats that in. They want to get back into this as soon as possible, Vietnam. Quang Hai again. It's a delightful ball in. Oh, there is Manuel Beer. Before Quang could wait for it to come down and take the shot.
Who was it who was saying it could be a KG contest?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, it was me. Absolute nonsense.
Roshan, this has got shades of that Malaysia-Indonesia game, hasn't it?
That's
That
right.
kind of atmosphere, the kind of football we're seeing, end-to-end stuff.
Wonderful tempo.
Flicked across the goal. Well, they looked vulnerable there, didn't they, Thailand? And the danger's not over yet. Kirsten's had more touches, I think, in the defensive third. And that's ball going forward. Well, what a ball that is to his strike partner, Super Chop. A little bit too much on it. Vietnam come right back at Thailand. Quang Hai. He's come back onto this right-hand side, hasn't he?
Yeah, just for the moment. Move back into a position where we normally see him try and get onto his left-hand side from these areas. Lovely
What
touch.
control. Now, he's gone down right in front of the assistant, who didn't flinch at all, claiming there was a foul on him now. It's just going to add some spice to this. Now, the yellow card has been shown to Polkick.
Well, Park Hang-seo, the entire bench, it's all happening here. Park Hang-seo has gone over there. He's trying to calm things down himself. He's apologizing to the Thai bench. He's just not high. Well, first time I think I've really seen a smile from Park Hang-seo. But okay, have a look at this one. The first one here, Quang Hai, looking to skip past Thiraton. There's an arm out, happens right in front of the assistant there. He thinks, okay, nothing wrong with that. Super chop goes down. Have a look at this. Oh, okay, I thought it connected with his face.
I think,
but still,
Hawking took exception to, right?
Yeah,
it said something. Listen, we don't want to condone any of this, but it's just adding to the whole spiciness of the
really?
affair.
I don't mind it at all.
Oh, it's so cynical.
I'm enjoying it. I love it.
It is what we expected from Vietnam, Thailand. Perhaps more in the second leg than the first, but this has been a great 20 minutes or so on the clock. Quang Hai, back on the left. Oh, he's up for it, isn't he, today? Quang Hai. Quang Hong Kui. Too much on that ball. Now, you can see Mano Polking, by the way, just off your shot here. Here he is. He's still clarifying about, I think, the yellow card, the foul. A few things that might be on his mind.
I think he's looking to put a bit of pressure on the officials as well. He's
Life's better with extra action. Be extra entertained with CAS. It's extra affordable and extra flexible. Sign up now on CAS.sg.
Hey yo man, today I'm gonna teach you how to wash.
Stepped out of my technical area. Look at the Vietnamese bench. Gonna have a look at them as well. I love it, you know, when coaches get involved.
He charged from one technical area to the other.
What I love about this is we're seeing it from Polking protecting his players. We've also seen it from Park Hang-seo.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in the World Cup qualifiers as well. And especially go back to this particular game against Malaysia, where he squared up to one of the Malaysian players after a late challenge.
He gives no quarter, Park Hang-seo, and that's, I think, what's really endeared him as well to the Vietnamese people. It is Pitiwat.
You know, I'll tell you what it does as well for a player to see a coach having your back like that. You know, it really gives you a boost on the pitch. You know that he's one of you. You know, he's part of the team, and you know, if anything happens, he's got your back. Now, he might be screaming at you in the locker room at half-time behind closed doors, but you know, publicly, you know, he's there to support you.
It was interesting in his final training session today. He did things a little bit differently. To the ball. The whole team gathered around the coach and his staff as they were analysing the style of play that they're going to use today. And they watched some analysis. But we addressed the team a little bit differently as they come forward with Kong. So normally he only spends a few minutes at the end, but today he spent a lot more time with them. This was something that was noticed by the Vietnamese media who were in attendance. And I think Russian, the difference is this is a tournament they're expected to win, unlike the World Cup qualifiers where they know they go in as the overwhelming underdog. Here, the overwhelming favourite. It's a very different mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. Certainly is a very different mindset. And even the setup in this competition... Compare that to the setup in the World Cup qualifiers. Very different as well.
There's Pitiwat. I'll come back to that mindset thing in a minute because Park Hang-seo has talked about it a fair bit, about how he needed to spend a bit of time psychologically. Here comes Thailand. Lovely return ball! What a goal that is! Fantastic! But it was the build-up as well, that was so impressive.
Oh, wonderful goal from Thailand. What a goal. in that situation. Chanatip, have a look at his movement and how he pulls Ngokai out of position. Just playing on the tip of that midfield diver for Thailand. He just pulls out, draws Ngokai along with him. And Tirasin as well. I mean, the position that he takes up for that give and go. Both of those central defenders, those Vietnamese central defenders, get drawn out with them. And then Saraj just makes sure he's on hand to provide that supporting pass, that assist into Chanatip. That's a fine finish. Now that properly reflects the quality that we were talking about.
Chanatip, 2 goals, both in this match. Thailand have a good grip on this match now. 2 goals inside 25 minutes. Don't think many people would have predicted that coming into this game. But there is a long, long way to go. And Roshan, this was the best defence coming in. They've been taken apart in 2 very different ways so far for both the goals.
Yeah, one on a counter-attack. And here in the build-up, in the possession phase, where they just passed the ball around. No, I can't get over that goal. It's just brilliant the way they zipped it along. They were patient until that right opportunity came along where Chanatip just peeled off that forward line, dropped in a little bit deeper, dragged Ngokai along with him. And Terasin's position as well. He took Tan Chung along with him, so that left that space in behind for a quick give and go.
Well, I'm sure we'll have more replays of that goal later on, and Roshan will take us through that to illustrate further what he's saying.
Yeah, it really is one of those goals where I wish we had like a studio with an analysis board here, and I could do these little drawings with the lovely arrows. I know there are people out there who absolutely hate that, but
what people aren't seeing is Roshan was highlighting it to me on the screen with his fingers and almost moving it around. Tiraton, by the way, there is a confirmation of the yellow card. I think we perhaps didn't see that earlier, but that was for that earlier offence, which is the right call.
Yeah, you just have a look here as well. Supachok, you know, he started up front with Tirasin, but he moves out to this left-hand side, and Chanatip, as I said, playing on the top of that midfield diamond. Because he's given that freedom to roam around, it's very difficult for that Vietnam defence to pick him up. And here we see Tiraton moving into a central position once again.
Just lost his footing there, Tirasin making that run. I think he would have made it there anyway. But this is certainly unsettled Vietnam. And this is something they're not used to at this level. He's being behind, conceding goals, certainly not in this tournament. When we look at how they were in the last edition, we didn't concede in the group stages as well. In 2018, scored 8. Foul there on Tiraton by Bantan. They're starting to concede goals in the semi-finals and finals in the last edition, and they're certainly doing it here as well again. And Roshan, you know, you cast your mind back to 2018. Thailand didn't bring their strongest team, did they? They rested. They didn't bring the likes of Chanatip and Tiraton, Kawin. Well, now,
just have a look at this. I mean, the first pass from Pritsada here is wonderful. A centre-back with the capacity and the vision to play that sort of pass, that line-breaking pass that pretty much gets it past that Vietnamese midfield. And then Chanatip dropping off, the timing of the run to meet that, and then the timing of the link-up between himself and Tirasin. The movement was just wonderful.
Tiraton with the corner. No danger yet. There's Pritsada being chased down. There's the handball not given. Bantan. a bit too much on that ball for Van Twan.
That's really, really well defended by Sarat.
Overhead across easy for Kutsada. Look who it is. Chanatip. Konfo was fouling him. Yeah, Ross, just that point I was making was I think they realised the mistake of not bringing their strongest squad. They lost out in the semi-finals, of course, Thailand. And they want to get back to the top of the tree, don't they? At least in this region.
Yeah, they certainly do. And, you can see what a big difference it makes to their squad when the likes of Chanatip are available. And Thiraton comes in and plays for them. And one of the difficulties for Mano Polking was, I'll come back to that, just have a look at how this develops.
You can see the ball from Thiraton, arrowing it into, looking for at least Tirasin.
I think it's so important for Mano. He didn't have much time with this Thai squad, so it was important for him to be able to call up experienced players, and that was what he was looking at and looking to do. Quality and that experience, because you see that possession numbers there, Thailand dominating the ball and dominating the game as well, and scoring those 2 goals. Because he knew that, he's not going to get that much time to sort of impart his ideas, impart his tactics. He needs players in there who know what it's all about. He needs the quality of players who can pick up on these things really quickly. And there was some talk about, perhaps he should have called up a couple of younger players, this player, that player. I think it's always easy from the outside to say these things, but coaches really, they're living it. At the end of the day, they make these decisions and their head's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
So you might as well make the decisions that you want to make.
That's what he gets paid for, right?
That's what he gets paid for, and good for him that it's working out well at the moment.
Here's Van Tan. He's got Thiraton on it. In by Twanan. There's frustration in this side at the moment. Van Twan having a word with the referee.
Corner for Vietnam here. Another point I wanted to make about Mano Polking coming in as a new coach. When you come in to these competitions, you can see a replay of this here. You can see it comes off everybody, goes out for a corner. You know that if you end up winning the Suzuki Cup, you get given a lot of time and you become an instant hero.
It's true.
And in coaching, you win things, you get given time, and that is crucial for you.
Konfo with the corner. Chachai went down quite dramatically there. He made a very clear statement, didn't he, Rustin, when he got appointed? I am bringing the trophy back home. As we see Chachai there. And he made no bones about it. He wasn't even going to say, let's hope we can do it, we'll try our best. He made a very bold, clear statement.
Yeah,
we're taking this home.
It's refreshing to hear. Normally coaches, they tend to play safe. Okay, we'll see what we can do. We'll see how the boys do in these competitions. And again, wonderful. It's just a shame that Chanatip couldn't take that under control, but it was a really good goal kick out. Just the positioning that they have, the setup that they have in possession here, Thailand.
Look at that. Look at that from the skipper of Thailand to win the ball back. Absolutely brilliant. It is back with the Vietnamese now, but he has been spectacular this evening. Vietnam have about 15 minutes or so in this first half, with some added time to try get back into this. Good side out with the foul. There's lots of discussion going on, by the way. Yeah, there you go.
Clear one, isn't it? I mean,
there's lots and lots of chat going on. There we go. These guys having a big chat. Park Hang-seo and his team. I wonder if he's going to do something dramatic. Quang Hai standing over the ball with Kong Fung.
Yeah, you can't believe the amount of respect I have for coaches in these situations in the dugout, leading these top international teams, the Southeast Asian level, what they're thinking, what the thought process is like, you know.
Kongfong! Oh, that's good off the window. Brilliant free kick. Quang Hai, excuse me. The left foot of Quang Hai. I'm getting overexcited. Quickly distributed by Chachai. I wonder whether he got a touch on that. We'll see in the replay. He got the pass away. Tirasin. Here's Supachok. Now Chanatik. He's looking to just slip that in to Sanawat.
It looks like a yellow card for Narubadin. Because here, Kongdu. Yeah, it is Narubadin with the first contact. Free kick was given for that. Yellow card for him. Wonderful technique. I think he's one of the best strikers of the ball in the region, Quang Hai. Look at this. Brilliant effort. I thought that was headed in.
That would have been quite some goal, wouldn't it? That would have put them right back in this. Beaten Chachai, all ends up. And that is the brilliance of Quang Hai. Tirasin is down.
And up high again, just going straight through the back.
He's not impressed.
Yeah, no chance to win the ball.
Life's better with extra action.
Has Hamilton got through? Yes, it has.
And it's easy, just 8 steps for at least 20 seconds. You guys ready? Step 1, palm to palm. Step 2, between your fingers. Step 3, back up your hands. Step 4, base of thumb. Step 5, back of fingers. Step 6, fingernails. Step 7, remember the wrist. Step 8, rinse and wipe it dry. 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 Rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and wipe it dry. 8 steps for at least 20 seconds. So easy. Rinse and wipe it dry. 8 steps for at least 20 seconds. So easy. Your turn.
Oh, Tirasin has got his body position spot on.
Yellow card for Narubadin. Here's Sarachuya. Back to Kritsada.
There's a lot of work for Vietnam's midfield three at the moment to do now, because of how well Thailand are moving. And again, another mistake here.
Give it away to Chanatik. Tirasin trying to turn there. Loses the ball, but it's back with Thailand. Supachok, too much on that pass.
Almost seems like Vietnam, they just need a bit of a reset. They've lost control of the game. They're far too open in midfield at times that when they set up off the ball, it's almost like a 5-3-2. And what Thailand have got, as I said, is that diamond in midfield, so that back four stretches across the pitch, creating that width. That stretches out the front two of Vietnam, and that in turn stretches out that midfield three in behind them, because someone has got to step out from that midfield three to go shaking his head there. But so, one of that midfield three has got to step out when the ball goes out into those wider positions. And then Tuan An is being left alone, isolated in the middle at times. And that's where Chanatip is getting a little bit of joy from. He's dropping off that Vietnamese defensive line into those midfield areas, and he's able to pick it up in those spaces behind Vietnam's midfield.
Here's Tiraton. Looked to be a foul on him as well from Quang Hai, who now goes into the book. These guys are racking up, aren't they?
Yeah, they're allowing that frustration to creep into their game, Vietnam. As I said, they need and Park Hang-seo's on the touchline now. You can see it's a late challenge from Quang Hai. Park Hang-seo is on the touchline now, telling his players to calm down, relax. You know, it's so important that these players also remember that there's a long way to go. There's another game.
Yeah.
You know, don't get yourself sent off. Don't get yourself suspended unnecessarily, because even though Thailand has scored these 2 goals through that man right there, Chanatip, who has been excellent in this competition. The first one here, defensive error from Hong Zui, and then they get a bit fortunate, but it's a credit to them that were able to get bodies forward very quickly, Thailand on that counter-attack. But the second one is just brilliant. Just pure brilliance. Even the finish is a composed finish. He doesn't smash it into the back of the net. He side foots it past the goalkeeper. The list of top scorers at Tirasin still leading the way. Chance to add a few more. Chanatip on that list now with his 2 goals.
We've got Irfan Jaya and Iksan Fandi on 3, still alive in this competition as well. Vying for that top scorer award.
You see that space now? You just take your eye off the ball here. Look at that center circle in that midfield. There's a bit of a gap there. And that's where at times it's Chanatip that's either dropping in or Super Chop will be popping up into those spaces. Okay, on this occasion, Thailand decide to go wide on this right-hand side to Narubadin.
They're absolutely delighted, aren't they, these Thai fans at the moment? They're dancing. Look at the fans behind them. It's pretty quiet from the Vietnamese at the moment. They are trying to do what they can now, the Vietnamese, and they've got about 5 or 6 minutes in this first half. First quarter, effectively. Tiraton. Looking again for Tirasin. Here's Quang Hai. Tuan An. Not going to get there, Kong Fuong. Strong from Manuel Beer. This is unfamiliar territory, isn't it, Roshan, for Vietnam at AFF level.
It certainly is a strange situation for them to be in.
They didn't go behind at all in the previous tournament. So this is the first time in a long, long time that they are trailing in the AFF Suzuki Cup. And now the crowd, both of them, trying to do their part here. Tirasin. Sarach, look at the space here on the left-hand side for Tiraton. Good run there from Tirasin. Tiraton just holding on. Here is Chanatip. Look at that. Well, he's furious. Van Tan, he didn't think he did too much wrong. He was waiting and waiting, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's just toying with Van Tan almost, saying, yeah, come on. He slows down, allows Van Tan to catch up with him, and then pushes the ball away. Gets caught a couple of times there. Definitely a foul. The thing that really did it for the referee was him going down. It's almost as if players get punished for staying on their feet at times, and then you wonder why they go down.
Chachai. So Vietnam with 4 attempts so far. Thailand with 3. They've scored 2 of them. Super chop. Trying something a little clever. And look at where Chacha is. Oh, there. Chacha. Pulling down Van Tuan. He goes into the book. He felt he had no other choice. Now there's a yellow card for Van Tan, who's been on a short fuse.
Listen, I don't know what Chacha is thinking in that situation.
Is he coming out, right?
It's not even just the foul. He goes and handles the ball as well after that. Just have a look at this here. Look, oh, yeah. Save it with my hands again. The referee's got his pick of which one he wants to pull him up for. Clear foul, I mean, come on. Van Tuan in that. He doesn't need to be there.
You have less of an issue with the foul itself.
He doesn't need to be there. If he's not there.
He should have been in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Listen, Van Tuan's
going
away from goal.
Yeah.
There's a defender covering.
So Chachai goes into the book. Van Tan joins him. Quang Hai to take this. It looks like Kritsana got a touch on it. Should be a corner.
Yeah, again, another good delivery from Quang Hai. He really is one of those players who needs to be moving on and playing in a higher level league.
Has been mentioned, hasn't he, quite a bit. He's potentially going away. This man has had stints with Kong Kwong. Oh, that beer took that away, didn't he, from his goalkeeper?
Listen, he's ready now, and he's been ready for, I think, a couple of years, Quang Hai. I love to see him being given a go in somewhere like J1, for example.
Probably going to have a quick word with Chanatip later.
Yeah, you put in a word for me.
And talking of which, of course, Roshan, the news came out last week that Tiraton, who served with distinction in the J-League and won the J-League title with Yokohama F. Marinos,
That's right,
is returning to Thailand to play with Buriram. Only Thai player to have won the J1 title. That is a fantastic achievement. And he was first choice there, by the way. Flag stays down. Van Tan. Oh, he just hesitated, didn't he? Away by Kritsana. Sandwich there, wasn't he, Tirasin? Here's Supachok.
Supachok, another player who I think is ready to be tested elsewhere. Wonderful challenge by Tiraton, that one. Great recovery. Van Tan is hesitating a little bit with that cross, and give Tiraton the opportunity to track back. Wonderful work by Honggood.
Still
Right
Honggood.
on the midfielder.
Still going. Here comes up here. And they're a bit exposed here. Oh, lovely. Almost a pirouette there from Chanatik. Former MVP. Two-time MVP, in fact, Chanatik. Up against Quang Hai, who was the MVP in the last edition. Here's Van Tan. We have about a minute and a half left in this first half. 2 out of time now. away by Beer. Here's Tirasin, looking up. He's got Superchok in front of him. That's nicely done by Duiman.
Duiman, a little bit of pressure from Tirasin. Again, there's a couple of fouls there. First on Duiman and then on Tuanan.
Floated in by Quang Hai. Away by Tirasin. Here is Superchok. A little exposed at the back, aren't they, at times, Vietnam? Foul by Superchok, surely, on his opposite number, Bong Hong Dui. They want to get on with it. Vietnam, we've had the 3 minutes. This will be the last action. And it's another breathtaking 45 minutes here at the National Stadium. One in which this man here has been the main story. 2 goals for Chanatip. The recrimination start from Park Hang-seo, but such an entertaining first half, Roshan.
A wonderful first half of football. I think Thailand deserves to go into the break. 2 goals up here. Vietnam, they need a reset mentally. They need to calm down. They need to just get themselves a little bit more organized and understand they've got 45 minutes in the second half. They've got another leg to go as well, and believe that they have the quality here, which they do, to get themselves back into this game. We've seen them on a couple of occasions pose some threat to this Thai defense. They've come close with a couple of attempts. They just get themselves reorganized. I think we'll see a couple of substitutions. Perhaps Tian Lin might be coming in the second half. A little bit of impact in those forward positions.
Thanks a lot, Roshan. So 2 goals from Chanatip in 9 minutes have given Thailand a very important lead here. Halftime score at the National Stadium in Singapore. It's Vietnam 0, Thailand 2, the AFF SUZUKI CUP 2020.
It's a great feeling, and I hope they will celebrate for a long time.
Sending this 55,000 crowd into 7th heaven.
Now to Shalisak, and that's what he does best. Alexander Duric, he's only been on the pitch for 2 minutes.
Shaw picks up the loose pieces, and it's 11-0 for Singapore.